Under the V model, the corresponding testing of the development phase is planned in parallel. So there are verification phases on one side of the V and the validation phases on the other side. The coding phase joins the two sides of the V model together. Now let's take a look at how the V model works through a diagram. When you draw out the V model, it can look a bit complicated, but once you break it down, it's actually quite straightforward. So let's reveal it a bit at a time. First is the requirements analysis phase. This is the first phase in the development cycle where the product requirements are understood from a customer's perspective. This phase involves detailed communication with the customer to understand his expectations and his exact requirements. This is a very important activity and needs to be managed well, as most of the customers are not sure about exactly what they need. The acceptance test design planning is done at this stage, as business requirements can be used as input for the acceptance testing. Next is system design. Once you have clear and detailed product requirements, it's time to design the complete system. The system design would comprise of understanding and detailing the complete hardware and communication setup for the products under development. A system test plan is developed based on the system design. Doing this at an earlier stage leaves more time for the actual test execution later. Then we have the architectural design. Architectural specifications are understood and designed in this phase. Usually more than one technical approach is proposed, and based on the technical and financial feasibility, a final decision is taken. System design is broken down further into different modules taking up different functionality. This is also referred to as a high-level design. The data transfer and communication between the internal modules and with the outside world and other systems is clearly understood and defined at this stage. With this information, integration tests can be designed and documented during this phase. Now we have the module design. In this phase, the detailed internal design for all the system's modules is specified, and this is referred to as a low-level design. It is important that the design is compatible with the other modules in the system architecture and the other external systems. Unit tests are an essential part of any development process and help eliminate faults and errors at a very early stage. Unit tests can be designed at this stage based on the internal module designs. Now, the actual coding of the system modules designed in the design phase is taken into the coding phase. The most suitable programming language should already have been decided based on the system and architectural requirements. The coding is performed based on a set of coding guidelines and standards. The code goes through numerous code reviews and is optimised for best performance before the final build goes through to testing. Now we enter the validation phase of the V model. First we have unit testing. Unit tests designed in the module design phase are executed on the code during this validation phase. Unit testing is a testing at code level and helps eliminate bugs at an early stage, though all defects cannot be uncovered by unit testing. Next is integration testing. Integration testing is associated with the architectural design phase. Integration tests are performed to test the coexistence and communication of the modules within the system. After integration testing, we have system testing. System testing is directly associated with the system design phase. System tests check the entire system functionality and the communication of the system under development with the external systems. Most of the software and hardware compatibility issues can be uncovered during system test execution. The final phase is acceptance testing. Acceptance testing is associated with the business requirements analysis phase and involves testing the product in a user environment. Acceptance tests uncover the compatibility issues with other systems available in the user environment. Acceptance testing also discovers non-functional issues such as load and performance defects in the user environment.